What's going on, y'all? Fuck going on? This is the fourth episode of this White Sox series. I realized the first three I recorded had pretty bad sound, not quality, just the volume wasn't high enough, but hopefully that's been rectified. We are now on our opening day. If you'll remember, the Padres and Rockies played 2 games in Korea again. Of course, the Padres took both of them. But here we are, and of course, why would they not give us the goddamn Dodgers? Oh, it's not. I'm actually so stupid. I saw Clayton Kershaw at Los Angeles, but it's the Angels. That's funny. It's not the Dodgers. That was a farce. Anyways, let's see how we do on opening day. We got shut out, but here's the good news. Wow. 10-year deal for Colson Montgomery. That is a Steelington. 5, 7.5, 12.5, Yifteen, and then 17.5 until he's 33. Ooh, buddy. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyways, I'm going to play ahead. If there's any waiver claims or anything of note, you will hear about it. The first bit of news really at all here this year is Iverson coming back off the IL. We've started 4-6, as you can see. What's this going to do? I'm going to send Michael Massey down to the minors because he just doesn't really kind of fit the bill of what we're doing around here, partner. But the other thing that allows us to do is use IKF as a complete backup. And Arteaga, now, I don't know if he can hit too well, especially versus righties. We're kind of going to leave him in the 8-hole, I believe. An issue with this team I'm noticing is that we have, versus righties and DHing, Christian Pache is hitting 5th. I do feel like we should find a way to get Brian Ramos in there in some capacity, and he can. You can see over here he's learning how to play first. I was doing that in spring a bit. Wow, something's really loud in the background. We could do that, right? Now, if we had Ramos at first, that would require Soto to move to left, which I'm not too happy with. I know we have him at left, who's been terrible, so I guess we could. Or Caro. It's kind of a logjam of, good, not great players in a sense there, besides Soto, which is frustrating because, you want to play all the good players you can, but no can do. Anyways, the other update of note at all is I claimed Will Klein on waivers. He looked fine. He's not much. He's just going to be going to our own waivers, and then maybe he'll play in our minor league system rather than someone else's. That's about it. But we'll keep on keeping on. I'm going to do a thing here that is anti-cheating, I guess, in a sense. I'm going to take away Colson Montgomery's shortstop experience. I don't want him... Oh, he can play left field, by the way. We can grow that in spring training. The thought process here is, well, he's playing some third, he's playing some second. I fucked with the depth chart a little bit, that he's kind of playing all over. But if you look at last year's, he started a game at short, and he was awful in that one game. In 17 innings, negative .7 zone range. The way the game works is if he's listed as a position rating, it could, if someone's hurt, let's say, like right now, Iverson Arteaga is day-to-day at shortstop. Of course, he's benched for 2 days. But in the event that he is unavailable and IKF's unavailable, I do not want Colson playing short. So I took that off of him. But you can see what I've done here with righties. Every 4th day, Colson's going to start at second, and Wilfredo Vera is going to start at first, and then that's going to put Ryan Ramos over to third, and Soto is going to play some left for now. We'll see how that goes. 15 games in, we are 9-6, which is pretty good. But you want to see something pretty good? How about the Rays minor league system? I've never seen this. First of all, they're 3-12. They're ranked first out of 30 teams. Look at how many top 100 prospects they have. Third, 26, 32, 37, 39, 50, 59, 66, 70, 79, 80, 88. Is it 11 top 100 prospects on one team? God damn. That's pretty good. You know what else is pretty good? Colson Montgomery getting on base over half the time, and Juan getting on base a lot. There's something here we've built. We just need to find a big bopper. Although, that's going to be tough. Fuck. This is literally the next game since you last saw me, and Colson fractured his goddamn thumb. Oh, that's such a shame. That is such a shame. What do we even do here? In theory, Soto can play first. We can have Veras go to play left. I think we'll do that. But that now, I don't need this anymore. Kind of left, I can go back here. I don't even know. What do we want to do? I think we'll lead off Soto just because he gets on base a lot. We'll go Ramos, Veras. I don't think we're going to score a ton without Coulson. Oof. That is no fun. We'll call up Wes Clark. He's raking down there in AAA. Fuck, man. That's the one guy I wanted, not to get hurt. Who could play third here? We'll go Connor Falefa. Sure. He'll hit fifth somehow. I don't love that, but that is where we're at. Who can play third behind him? It's going to be Iverson. We literally have White Iverson here, except that he's not white. But besides that, White Iverson, when I started balling, I was young. May 6th, we're making a trade. It's interdivision. Buck Showalter doesn't love it. I'll tell you why I do. Christian Serta is a good player. This is a player. This is not a nobody to me, honestly. He gets on base, plays good enough catcher, good clubhouse guy. This is a somebody for a Royals team who's really bad. Wes Kath, kind of just a throw-in. Jairo Iriarte is 2 stars, but his ratings look more like 2.5 to me. I think this is a fairly okay pitcher. And this is the piece to me. This is a pretty good-looking prospect. He's going to hit for some power. He's going to get on base a lot. He's got good work ethic, but no intelligence. To the Royals, we're going to get DH. I don't know why he's a DH, but he's a first baseman. Hunter Owen. I like his hitter profile. He's going to hit for power. He's not going to put the ball in play a ton, but when he does, he's going to be hit hard. He's going to get on base enough. I don't know where we're going to play him, in all honesty. First things first, I want to make him a first baseman. I don't know why he's listed as a DH. It's pretty silly. Oh yeah, look at, he went up from 2.5 to 3 stars as a first baseman. So that's a pretty good little addition. I think the easy switch is Wes Clark goes down. We're going to have to figure out where he's going to play. The other thing is that Coulson's back in 2 days, so I will cut back to when all the lineups are finished in 2 days. All right, clean bill of health. Coulson's back. Here's how we're lining up. Righties with the DH. You can see what we have going on over here. The only things of note, Hunter Owen and Coulson are kind of doing this weird, play every 4th day. Hunter Owen's going to take some DH reps. Brian Ramos is still at third. Versus lefties, you're going to see IKF at second. Hunter Owen's DHing. Soto is just a full-time left fielder now. I don't love it, but it is going to be what it is going to be. No DH is kind of where it gets a little funky. Maybe not actually versus righties, to be honest. You can kind of see it's pretty similar to the DH, just no Caro. Lefties, you got Coulson at second for the only time. Hunter Owen, because he can't DH here. And then besides that, you got pretty much normal things. The other thing I wanted to highlight here, if you look at WAR, look at Iverson Arteaga on pace for a 4.6 WAR year in only 96 games. How? Well, 4.4 zone range in 22 games. It's been pretty good. I mean, we're 1 game over 500. We've been the best defensive team in the AL, which is kind of what I want to do with this team. Pitching's been kind of whatever. Cody Morris is in the rotation for Tyler Ivey. Luis Heel was just dreadful as a stopper, and Jordan Leisure's been good, so he took that role back. Crochet's been kind of disappointing. Nastrini has been such a little shot from the, shot in the dark guy. I'm hoping he can grow that movement profile a little further. Besides that, we're going to keep marching on. All right, we're going to bring it back here June 1st. We're playing fine ball, 31-27. I'm pretty sure we're in a wild card spot, but you can see we're 7.5 games back. The 2 teams ahead of us, the Twins and the Guardians, are both playing pretty crazy ball. The Twins are just absolutely tearing it up right now. Good for them. In the player development update, you can see Coulson's potential and current eye has gone up, so this looks like just an absurd player. I mean, he's getting on base 44% of the time, ahead of Juan Soto. And Louis Bob's on pace for 59 home runs with a 9.5 WAR season in right. He's been really, really good defensively in right, which has been fun. But I'm really bringing it back here because I noticed something. 2 things. One, I'll highlight Strider on the Braves, who are absolutely killing it. Acuna's going crazy, 1177 OPS. Strider's out for 2 to 3 months. That's not great. But what I wanted to say was, so remember how the NL nixed the DH? Well, there's a certain name you're not seeing in this lineup that they're paying $46 million in this game to. I'm going to give Shohei defensive ratings in both left and right. I know, yeah, I don't want to help the Dodgers, but that's just one of the silliest things. They're literally paying someone not to play for them. He's pitching, sure. But yeah, like, let's see. Can I go into Commissioner and like generate stuff? Yeah, okay, like look. At least now they'll have Shohei playing the field a little bit. I get it's maybe not as realistic. You know, he's a DH. He doesn't actually start in the field. But that's just stupid. Like, that's more me being the commissioner and turning that into, like, this is a silly thing where he's on pace for, like, look at this. He's only had 80 plate appearances. People on his team have had mid-200s. Like, that's just not right. He would be playing the field if this happened. So, I did that. Besides that, team updates. Let's see who's been good. It's really a three-headed monster. Soto's been very good. Colson's been very good. Louis Bob has been amazing. Arteaga's been good. Pache's been good. Bailey's been good. Nicky Lopez has been a train wreck. He's playing good D. You know, that's the silver lining here. But, man, he's not hitting at all. Hunter Owen is really not hitting much of anything at all. Maybe that wasn't the greatest trade. But his power potential seemed to go up. So, who knows, man. Like, OSA thinks he could have crazy raw power. We're going to do a little scouting report on him. Pitching-wise, Crochet's been fine. You can kind of see everyone's been good, not great. Bullpen's been good, not great. Luis Heel has been terrible. I'm going to DFA him right now, actually. I've been holding off on that kind of just because his ratings are like too good for that. But, you know, who's been good in AAA? That's how we're going to figure this out. We will give the call to Chris McMahon. Why not? He's been good down there. So yeah, that's that. Here's some pretty unfortunate news. Our third-round pick last year, Christian Chatterton, ruptured his UCL playing down in there in rookie ball. So yeah, that's kind of a shitty thing. But there you go. That's just one of those things. You know, that is just baseball. We're making a fairly interesting trade here, in my opinion. We're going to be acquiring Garrett Clevenger. He doesn't look amazing. He's a sidearm super slider guy, so he's going to have 95 stuff lefty. He's only 31, under team control for 3 more years. So this is like a multi-year bullpen piece. So that's always nice to get. And we're going to add Brandon Marsh, who there's a world he gets non-tenured at some point, but the high BABIP, the high line drive rate, I like that as a player. And we're going to be giving up Jacob Gonzalez, who's kind of just like a mid-level meh prospect. Nafi Rosario, who's a minor league signing I made. He doesn't look very good. He's got good power potential, but that's about it. This is probably the biggest piece, Norge Vera, but we can live without him. And then Lloydel Chapelli. Sounds a little more Italian than Cuban to my knowledge, my humble knowledge, but that's going to be the trade, and I will show you how the team shapes up after. Fucking English, huh? So the biggest change you can see is Brandon Marsh has taken Christian Pache's starting role in center. I know it's a little crazy, but he's got a higher BABIP that I don't think is maintainable. He's still going to play every third day versus righties and defensive sub for Marsh, and then they're going to platoon the other way versus lefties. The way I have that set up is 9th. Oh, that should be like this. Oops. 9th inning leading by 3 or less. That'll see, Christian Pache come in to defend for Marsh, which is pretty funny because it's not like Marsh is a bad defender. We will also have Marsh do that versus, or come in for Soto. It's a risk you take, right? If they tie it, then you don't have Soto for the rest of the game. But it's one I'm willing to take. Defense wins championships. We're 5 games over 500. We've got the best defensive team in the AL. We're going to keep on keeping on continually. All rats. Christian Pache strained his back. He's going to IL, and we're going to call back up Dom Fletcher, who we sent down. He's having a good start, but it's not, in my opinion, sustainable. What that's going to do is push Marsh into the starting role the whole time. And Dom Fletcher can simply back up. Besides that, we're playing pretty good baseball. I think you've missed about a week or so. We'll have Dom back up Soto there. And we're in the first wildcard spot at the moment, which is pretty fun, pretty dandy, I'd say. That's a fun word, eh? Dandy? Why is Juan Soto here? Huh? No. Dandy, yeah. It is pretty dandy. Hopefully we can continue that and make the playoffs this year. But that is the Pache update. Well, this is a shame for him, for Paul and Livy Dunn. Yeah, the rotator cuff, was he fingering her too hard? Can I say that? Probably not. He was been really good this year. Last year he was fine. Rookie Skeens had 32 starts. I guess he made opening day last year. I didn't realize. But that is unfortunate for him. I like to keep up with, real life rookies and players and whatnot. But poor guy. Well, we've come back down to earth pretty heavily here, and Edward Cabrera is out for 8 weeks. That's never a fun thing, is it? We're going to call up, I guess, Javier Assad. Father Assad! Can I get a shout-out to DJ Khaled in the chat? Why not? But yeah, no, we have been bad recently. A lot of losses, you'll see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 8 are losses. Let's see if we can break that. Let's see if y'all are good luck to stay here and watch Nick Nastrini versus Louis Varland. What a matchup that is, huh? Yeah, we get blown out again, and Christian Pache suffered a setback. That's fucking fantastic. Gotta love it here on the south side. I don't know if we want to sell at the deadline necessarily if we're like at or around 500, because our pitching has been terrible this year. Starters ERA is bad. It was good last year. Bullpen's not been good. Hitting's been fine. I mean, that's not our problem at all. Yeah, is Brian Ramos in the cleanup hole good? No, obviously not. Do we have much outside of Montgomery and Soto? Cheap. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign. We should move into a bird team. Maybe that means Soto's going to go to the Blue Jays or the Orioles. We'll have to find out. Foreshadowing. Actually, I have no fucking clue, but we'll see. So I'm a bit of an idiot. I was on mute for the last 2 segments that I recorded. If you look on the team, you'll notice there's a new face here. I made a trade. I talked about it. We're going to have to go back and look at that again. But we have Bryce Terang and DL Hall. So that is the acquisitions. I explained who I traded and why, which I'll recap here, obviously. Edgar Caro, they just happen to have a ton of interest in. I get it. He's a really good player. 3-star catcher. I don't get, though, is that they have William Contreras, so he's in the minors, but I wasn't going to be like, well, no. So he was traded. Whoops. Where is Caro? There he is. Severino, minor. They wanted Severino. I had him in the minors, but they can have him. Zach DeLoach, organizational depth. Who's to throw in? And Drew Thorpe's the other big piece. I know. In retrospect, it's 2 fairly decent-sized pieces to give up in Thorpe and Caro, but we got back 2 of our own decent-sized pieces. Bryce Terang being the first one, the main one, a 3.5-star second baseman who plays plus defense and has been a above league average hitter this year. Was last year as well, so hopefully he can continue that. Great base runner. He's kind of just filling out secondary hitting on our team, which we have. We have a lot of star power and not a lot of secondary hitting yet. And the other guy we got was DL Hall, who was listed as a starter when I acquired him. He looked like this. But I saw this profile and said, ooh, you look like a really good reliever. So there he is as a reliever. The other thing is Cody Morris got hurt. He, I believe, is just... he's benched. And I also updated y'all that Hunter Owen, who's been fucking dreadful, by the way. But I forgot to do this for a while when I got him. So that's the update. We're playing pretty poor baseball. A lot of losses. That's not a good stretch. We're going to pretend that's not happening. Let's see if we can win with y'all here. Wow, it's taking a while. Jeez. We did. Jerry Reinsdorf is so happy. He loves it when I got a power hitter, huh? Attendance is increasing. Look at how well I'm doing. Oh my god, I'm just the best, aren't I? I think it's the same day since you last saw me, actually. I extended a bunch of these minor league coaches, although, we can also very easily fire them in the offseason if we have better replacements. Shout out to Nicky Delmonico. This is a legend of the game, huh? Oh, yeah. The other thing of note here is top prospects. We'll go through the top 10 together here. Jacob Misiorowski, who looks look pretty nuts. For your Brewers, Emmanuel Rodriguez on Los Twins. Braden Montgomery. I don't know a ton about him, to be so real. Looks very good, though. This was the international signing on the Guardians, and they also have Charlie Condon, who they took first overall last year. Number 5 is Ethan Salas, who's raking in high A this year, was also raking in A, and that's because, well, let's see, his ratings relative to that league are nuts. Yeah, he should probably be in double, if not triple A. 4th is Dylan Cruz, who's going to be a monster. 3, you got Rays legend Samuel Basayo. Let's see how Yandi's hitting there. He's been good, but is he worth a top prospect catcher? I don't know. Twins also have Walker Jenkins, who looks real good. And I'm not going to lie to you, the guy who's at number 1, who went 2nd overall last year, looks nuts. Oh my God, what a player the Reds have here. Only issue is he's not much of a defender, and they don't have a DH. So he's not starting, which I don't even know what to say about that. How is that possible that you have your top prospect not starting for you? I don't know, but out of the park, well, out of the park. Wow, did you miss me? It's been 1 day. Again, IKF got hurt, quad strain, so he's going to get IL'd. But funny enough, we have on the same day, Christian Pache is back, which means Dom Fletcher is going down. Nope, do not want to DFA him if I don't have to. There he goes. Pache is going to play center. You're going to have to call up a backup infielder. Pache is going to play center, and Marsh is going to back up versus lefties, which kind of gives us no reason to have Bader, but we're going to keep him around. I don't know why. We just are. Pache is going to start. Actually, Pache is going to back up versus righties and ODH. And then lefties, he will start over Marsh, and Marsh can back up. I'm going to call somebody up as well here. Let's see, infielders. Wow, we don't really kind of don't have anyone that can play all the infield positions except for Lenine Sosa. So he's going to be our guy, and I will keep going forward. This must look weird to you. Andrew Nardi, starting pitcher. Yeah, we're going to give it a try. I don't know why. Shout out to bro. Bullpen, they recommend him to play in, but it's for Crochet. Yeah, Crochet has not been good as a starter. 5 FIP. A, he's too talented for that. B, he's much better suited as a reliever to begin with. If he didn't have the stamina, he would be listed as a reliever anyway. So we're going to give that a try. You know, if Nardi isn't great there, we'll look to acquire another starter as Acuna. Sore shoulder for 3 weeks. Wow, he's having a year. Oh my God. So yeah, that's quick little update. Here's a fun little trade. I mean, I guess it's not fun. We're just getting pitching depth from a bad Astros team, funny enough. Yeah, he's going to pretty much take Nardi's spot in the rotation. This is basically, you can look at this as a player to be named later. This is 2 pretty nothing pieces to me. Oh, Kai Bush. See ya. Yeah, so that means we have to find someone to send down. It's Will Klein. Thanks for playing, pal. Appreciate you, boss man. Yo, big man. Oh, we got to DFA somebody. It's going to be Joe Boyle because his velo went down in his previous scouting update. And that's not good for someone whose entire thing is, I throw hard. Big man, throw ball fast. And when he's not doing that, well, it's a problem. We are here at the draft. I'm going to do it at the end to end this one off, and then we'll kick off next time with the second half, not including the draft, because that was a long video last time. We'll do some housekeeping first. Nicky Lopez is going to go down. IKF is back. He came back a few days ago. I also realized we traded Kevin Biggio to Houston. Well, his father was a Hall of Famer there, so that's kind of fun. Something else semi-interesting is I had a traded place with Houston before I got France, if I can find them. There they are. It's funny they have Build a Dynasty. You're in last, fella. Anyways, I had a trade in place to get Jordan. You can see, like, it's possible. I don't feel like that's, like, super realistic. You can see kind of how I build trades. You kind of just throw guys in there until they give you, someone that'll do it. I guess he did just win Player of the Week, so maybe his value went up to them. Anyways, we're not going to get Jordan. It's draft time. We're picking 11th this year. I mean, we picked 5th last year, and it did not work out for us. This seems like a worse draft class. That's really fun and good. Well, let's find out who's gone. Ethan Holiday, 1st overall to Tampa. So we're going to get Ethan versus Jackson in the AL East. That's pretty fun. Seattle at 2 takes Cam Canarella. He looks like a decent player for 3 stars, to be honest. Washington at 3, Jace LaViolette. That's a little porn star-esque, not that I would know. Colorado, Ethan Petrie. Wow, half of them are Ethans. Shout out to all you Ethans out there. Yeah. Kansas City, Chase Shores. That's like porn star movie name. That's a fun name. It's a real dude, yeah. He looks mid, to be so honest. Miami at 6, Quentin Young. He looks okay. This is a third baseman. I don't know why he's listed at shortstop, unless they're brain dead and they want to play this defender at short. He files much better as a third baseman. Pittsburgh at 7 takes Wahiwa Aloy. I was going to say, there's no way you're American, but Hawaii, that makes sense. New York, Anthony Martinez. That sounds like a good New York boy, but of course he's from Fairfield, California. Sure. Oakland at 9 takes a catcher, Caden Bodine. That's a pretty good-looking player. High work ethic, high intelligence, good enough defensively. It's not bad. LA, one before us, takes Seth Hernandez. So you'll notice the one guy who's been 4.5 star rated by our scout potential-wise is still on the board, and it's Dean Moss. He looks like a DH. Yeah. I mean, he probably could play first in a pinch, but he's only 6 feet tall. Short king. Yeah, I will figure what we're going to do and get back to you. So the decision is made. It is not going to be Dean Moss. As good as of a player as this looks, I don't love that he's 19 with next to no development yet. And you see he's kind of dropping already. We're going to take, it's going to be an unpopular pick, a 21-year-old pitcher, Tyler Bremner. He's also falling. Yeah, but I don't know. This is the kind of build for a pitcher where I can see them succeeding in my organization. Good home run per 9, good enough control, good enough stuff. He looks like he's going to be a mid to end rotation guy, which, at 11th overall, is that what you're striving for? No. Hopefully he gets some positive development, but he's good enough already that I can see him filling this one rating out, and then he's pretty much ready to go. You can see BABIP's already developed, as I mentioned previously. Low work ethic, I really don't like, but that's our guy. Yeah, this draft class falls off insanely quick. You'll see in like years four and on, the quality of players is significantly higher. You're going to have multiple 3.5 star players in the first few rounds, but like you're going to draft, those. However, we're going to take another pitcher, Marcelo Harsh. I was considering this guy in the first round. He fell. He looks good. Hopefully his fastball can develop a little bit with some velocity, as he's only 18. He only wants slot, and so we're going to do it. Third round pick is going to be high school outfielder Jacob Parker. I like these ratings enough. I like these, personality traits enough. I like the outfield ability enough for left, not for right. Hopefully he develops better than this. I would love for him to get some quality of contact, but yeah, that's our guy there. If he's still here, he's not. I wanted to take Cannon Golden, but he's not here, so I'll figure out who we're taking in the 4th and 5th, and then, yeah. 4th round pick is going to be another high school outfielder, 5'9", Ezra Essex. Here you go, toolsy. Looks like a good enough hitter. I mean, this is just kind of Christian Pache light, in my opinion. I mean, worst defender, obviously, but still like a good enough hitter. There was a guy I was looking at here. This guy, Brett Crossland. He's going to be our 5th round pick. He's probably going to fill out as a reliever later down the line if he can add some velo, and that'd be lovely. If not, most of these picks are lottery picks. So here's the guys we're going to negotiate with. Everyone's just going to get their offer. The only other ones of note, I guess, are Brett Crossland, who I think you saw, and Carter Smith, who, if you didn't, I don't think you did. Here he looks fine. If you didn't see Brett Crossland, he's the guy who will probably be a reliever down the line. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Appreciate y'all if anyone actually watches these, but yeah, let me know what's going on, and I will see y'all for the second half, and maybe the playoffs if we make it, although if we do, that'll be its own video. Anyways, yeah. Done, no.